Hello friends, welcome to this video. This is Rohit. Friends, in this video we are going to learn how to perform basic math operation in Java programming language using AWT controls. So we will try to create one basic GUI that will allow us to perform basic math operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So to implement this program, these two packages we are going to use. So first package will help us to get all classes that are useful for creating GUI like buttons, labels, window, etc. And this second package will helpful for implementing the event handling within our program. So it will contains all classes that are useful for handling events. So in this program, these three GUI components of AWT package we are going to use: frame, button and text field. And this is list of methods that we are going to use within this program. So first method, that is add action listener. So it will be helpful for adding action listener to our button. So whenever we will click on button, we will be able to perform certain event handling. So as we know, action listener is interface that is used for handling the button related event. So this action listener interface has one method called action perform. So what actually you want to do whenever user will click on button, that logic you have to specify within this action perform method. Then set background. So it will be used for setting the background color of our frame. Set foreground. It is used to set the foreground color of our frame. Then get text and set text. It is used for getting and setting the text of text field respectively. Okay, these are all methods. Now I will try to show you what kind of interface we are going to build over here. So for that I will start my paint. Okay, and within this I will try to show you the interface that we are going to create. So first of all I will create one frame over here. Okay, this kind of frame we will try to create. Now here we will have the title bar. Okay, so here we will have close button, maximize, minimize. Okay, this will be close button, this will be maximize. Okay, and one more thing I will do, minimize. And the title for this I will try to specify over here. Okay, basic math operation. Okay, this will be title of our frame. Now next to this, what I will do, I will try to add one label at the center of this frame, and that label will be basic math operations. Okay, so I will take this label over here like this. Okay, now after this, next thing we will create one label over here. Let's say first number like this. Okay, then to read a number from user we will try to use text field like this. Okay, then in same way I will create second number here, second number, and again we will use one text field to read the second number like this. Okay, then after that I will try to show 4 buttons over here. First button will be addition, next button will be subtraction, next button will be division, and next button will be multiplication. Okay, these 4 buttons I will try to show. Okay, and after that here we will try to show the result. So here we will add label result, and here we will have text addition, here we will have text subtraction, okay, here we will have text division, and at last here I will have multiplication. Okay, like this we will have our GUI. So if I enter here 15 and here as well 15, and if I click on this add button, then it will show result within this text field 30. Likewise, if you click on subtract, it will show you result respectively. Okay, all these operations we will try to implement. So such kind of GUI we want to create. Okay, now I will try to create one new file over here. So my file name will be math.java. okay, now first of all I will import package. So I will write java.awt.star, then import java.awt.event.star. okay, we have imported our packages. Now I will create class called math, and which will extends frame class. Now within this, first of all I will create the main method. So here I will write main, and here I will create the object of math class like this. So I will write math, let's say m is equal to new math. Okay, so here my object will get create. Now next to this, what I will do, I will create the constructor for math class like this. So I will write math. Okay, so as soon as this object will get create, constructor will get invoke. Now within this constructor, first of all we will try to set certain properties of our frame. So first of all I will make it visible. So set visible true. Okay, then set size, so it require width and height. So let's say 500 by 500. Okay, then set title. So what title we want? Basic math operations. Now next to this we will try to use set layout. So here initially I will use flow layout. Okay, later on we will try to use set bound method for controlling the position of our elements. Okay, so according to flow layout, all elements will be appear one by one at the center of our frame. Okay, and now by default we know AWT frames close button not working, so we will try to add code for closing frame. Okay, so to close our frame, first of all we have to add the window listener to our frame. So I will use add window listener method. Okay, and this method requires the object of window adapter class like this. Okay, and now here we will implement the window closing method of window listener interface. So I will write here public void window closing like this. It requires the object of window event class, let's say WE, and here I will use system.exit 0. Okay, so this code will helpful for closing the window whenever we will click on close button. Okay, now basic structure we have created. Let's try to view the frame. So I will copy the path first of all, so I will be able to immediately switch to that path. So here I will write javac, not javac, let's say cd and path. Okay, now we are at bin directory, so I will write javac math.java. Okay, code got compiled. Now I will write java math, and now you can see we got this frame. Okay, and if I click on close now, it will get disappeared. Okay, means it is working perfectly. Now let's try to declare the components over here what we want. Okay, so first of all, so here we will create the label first of all. So let's say label L1 is equal to new label basic math operations, and I will add this label to our frame, so L1 like this. Okay, now next to this we will create another label, so simply I will duplicate these lines. Okay, so here we got this like this, so this will be L2, and here I will write first number. Okay, and we will add that L2. Now next to this I will create one text field. Let's say text field T1 is equal to new text field like this. Let's say its length will be 15, and I will add T1. Okay, now this will be for first number. Okay, so this is label, this is text field. Okay, this thing we have created. Okay, now next to this we will create for now number 2. So what I will do, I will copy this, and here I will write second number. Okay, and here I will paste it, so it will be L3, here will be second number, and this will be again L3. Okay, and this will be T2, and this will be T2. Okay, now we got the label for second number and text field for second number. Now next we will try to add these 4 buttons now. So what I will do here, buttons. Okay, so let's say button B1 is equal to new button, and here I will say addition, and I will add this button like this B1. Okay, now I will try to duplicate this 4 times as I want 4 buttons. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, I think I got one more extra over here. Okay, I have removed that. Now it will be B2, this will be B2, this will be B3, this will be B3, this will be B4, this will be B4, and instead of addition now it will be subtraction, then it will be division, at last it will be multiplication. Okay, so we have added all 4 buttons. Now at last I need one more label and text field for displaying result, so I will copy this again. Okay, and here I will write result. Okay, so what was our last label? It was L3, so this label will be L4, and this will be result. Okay, I will remove this, and here will be T3. Okay, and this will be T3. Okay, all the components I have added. Now let's try to compile. And now you can see we got label, first number, second number, 4 buttons, and at last result. Okay, like this at the center, one by one all these elements appear. Why? Because we are using flow layout. Now what I will do, I will try to change this flow layout, and instead of that we will pass null over here. Okay, and we will try to adjust all component manually one by one. So I will place this statement at the top of our program now. So our program will come to know that we are not going to use any kind of layout, and according to that set bound method will work. Okay, so let's try to arrange this label first of all at the center of our frame. So I will write here L1 dot set bounds, and the size of our frame is 600 by 600. So let's specify the x value as 300, y value 50, width will be 100, height will be 50. Okay, and I will save this. Now let's try to compile. Okay, it got compiled. Now I will write Java math, and you can see we got this label, so width should be certain more over there, so this operation text will be visible. So I will increase its width to 200. Now next to this we will try to arrange the first number label. So here we will make L2, and let's say x will be 50, y will be 100, its width will be 200, and its height will be 30. Okay, next to this we will arrange the T1 field, then we will place its x position, let's say 150, y will be same, its width will be 100, and height will be 30. Okay, so here we get the text box. So I will shift this little bit to the right side, its width should be 100. Okay, and again let's try to compile. Okay, so exactly below this we will try to place now second label and its text field. So I will copy this, and here we will add for T2, and I will copy this, and we will make it for L3. Okay, so let's say it will be 150, remaining things will be as it is, and it should be 300. Okay, it should be T2. Okay, okay, now next to this we will try to arrange 4 buttons. So here I will use v1 dot set bounds, and we want our buttons below this. So here I will write 200 as an x position, 200 as an y, width will be 100, height will be 50. Okay, now I will copy this, and here I will change B2, so x position will be 300. In the same way this will be B3, x position will be 400, and now for B4, x position will be 500. Okay, now let's try to compile. Okay, we got these 4 buttons. They should be a little bit to the left side, so I will change this position of first button. Let's say I will make it 50, then 160, then 260 and 360. And let's try to reduce their height as well. We will make it 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay, so there should be little gap between these buttons. Okay, and next to that we will try to display this result level. So this should be at 100, so it should be at 100. Y will be 250. Okay, this should be L4, and now in front of that we want to display this text box, so here we will write T3. Okay, so what I will do, okay, now I will try to arrange this result field. So the height of text field is 30, so we will make it 30. Okay, okay, it should be little bit below. So what I will do, I will change the value of Y. So let's make it 300. Okay, okay, so GUI we have done like this. We will try to add now event handling to this particular GUI. So first of all, we will try to add event handling for all these buttons. So here we will try to add event handling. Okay, so let's write b1 dot add action listener. Okay, and here okay, and here we will implement the method action perform, and it requires the object of action event class. Okay, now within this, first of all we will try to get the text value of text1 and text2. Okay, so here I will, let's say, declare one variable n1 is equal to t1 dot get text. Okay, so here we are trying to fetch t1 text. Okay, so I will duplicate this line, and here we will make it n2. So here I will make it t2. Okay, so here we are trying to fetch t2 text. So both text will be available within n1 and n2. Now as it is string, we will first of all convert it into number. So for that, let's assume one variable. Num1 is equal to, I will use integer dot parse int, and to this we will pass n1. Okay, so what will happen here? So n1 will be converted to number. Okay, so I will duplicate this line and here I will make it n2, and here we will pass n2. Okay, so we will get this num1 and num2. Now next to this, what I will do, we will assume one variable here. Let's say result is equal to 0, and we will write result is equal to num1 plus num2, and next to this we will convert this result value into string again, as we want to display it in text field. So I will declare one variable here, string answer is equal to string dot value of, and which value we want to convert, result value. And at last we will set this answer to our result field. So our result field is T3. Okay, so here we will write T3 dot set text, and what text we want to set here? So we want to set answer. Okay, this is logic for addition. Now we will save this and let's try to check. Okay, there is error. Okay, there is spelling mistake. And this text field 3 should be declared. At the top. So here, okay, now again we will compile. Okay, it got compiled. Now we'll let Java math. Okay, now I will enter first number, second number, and now if I click on addition, you can see we are getting 24 value here. Okay, this is how we have done it for addition. Now the remaining thing will be just copy this and change it for subtraction. Okay, this much I want. This much code I want for button 2. Okay, so below to this I will try to paste. Okay, so here we will change B2. Now what the change will be? Formula. Okay, all remaining things will be as it is. I will copy it one more time, copy, paste, and this will be button 3. Okay, what we have, button 3 as division. Okay, So instead of this I will make division. Okay, and at last we will have for button 4. So button 4, and here I will have multiplication. Okay, and now I will compile it again. It got compiled. I will add Java math. Now I will enter 12. Okay, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Okay, all 4 operations are working properly like this. Now to do same thing, there is another way. I will try to show you. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this file and let's try to make it math1.java. okay, another way I will try to show you now. So within this we will try to paste this code, and now here I will try to change math1. okay, and one more change I need at the constructor and at the class. Okay, now here I will try to implement the action listener interface, and next to this I will try to add action listener for all buttons. So I will write d1 dot add action listener this. Okay, so we will duplicate this 4 times. So this will be for B2, B3, B4. Okay, and now we will try to implement action perform method. Okay, so I will cut this code. Okay, and now here we will try to implement the action perform method. So I will write public void action perform like this, and it requires the object of action event class, let's say AE. Okay, and now within this I will try to get this code. Okay, now next to this what I will do, I will try to check the source. So if AE dot get source is equal to button 1, then what we have to do, we have to perform the addition. So I will copy this, and let's say a result is equal to num1 plus num2, and we will set its value. Okay, Java C math1.java. Okay, it cannot find symbol T1, T2, so I need to declare them outside of our constructor. Okay, so I will remove this, and here let's try to declare T1 comma T2 comma T3. Okay, as well as I will declare buttons, button B1 comma B2 comma B3 comma B4. Okay, and from this I will remove this declaration like this. Now again I will compile. Okay, we got 24 result. Now in same way I will duplicate this. Okay, so if button source will be B2, so operation will be subtraction, then copy. If button will be B3, operation will be division, and if button will be B4, then operation will be multiplication. Okay, now if I put, okay, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, okay, all four operations are working. This is how we will implement the basic math operation in Java programming using AWT controls. Friends, if you find this video useful, please like and share this video. I will see you in next video. Thank you for watching.